Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to give you 3 simple tips to help you win more singles matches. Tip number 1, hit most of your returns back up the middle. Do it on purpose. Right before the serve is hit, think, okay, I'm going to hit this ball right back to the server. Why? It gives you margin for error. Everyone worries about double faulting. How about missing returns? I tell my students missing a return of serve is no different than double faulting. You didn't do your job at the beginning of the point. And oftentimes with a very aggressive serve, it's too risky to go for a sideline. So when the ball is hit to you, the vast majority of the returns you hit, I want you to hit right back down the middle. Watch this series of returns of really high college players and watch how the ball goes right back up the middle. Tip number 2, hit higher over the net than you think you should. Most players love hitting super low over the net. I mean, I do. I think it's really fun to hit really low over the net. But most players struggle dealing with a high bouncing ball. So if your opponent is struggling with high bouncing balls, especially to their backhand, why do we keep hitting low every time? Give your opponent what they don't want. So when you're rallying, sure, you can hit low over the net every now and then, but hit higher over the net as well. That's actually the secret to hitting deep. I get questions on social media in direct message and by email. And if you want to email me, ryan@2minutetennis.net, and you can ask me a question, I'd be happy to answer it. Players ask, can you teach me how to hit low over the net and make the ball land really deep? Well, no, I can't, because it really doesn't happen. When you hit the ball low over the net, the ball's going to land near the service line. It's just what happens. Hitting higher over the net is actually the key to hitting depth, and depth is the easiest way to force an error from your opponent. I want you to watch this point. I want you to watch how both players are hitting very high over the net, reducing net errors. I mean, that's obvious because there's no net up there. Hit the ball up high and keeping the ball deep. Watch this point and think about how you can incorporate this strategy into your game. And the last tip I have for you today is when you are in a ground stroke rally and you hit a shot that gets your opponent in trouble, quickly move forward and attack. Here's the idea. Let's say this is you're right-handed, and the ball is hit slightly to your backhand side. Well, if you move around it and you pound the ball hard to a corner, let's say you do it here, the moment you hit that shot and you realize, oh wow, they are going to be in major trouble scrambling to get to that shot, don't recover back behind the baseline. Immediately start moving forward. You want to attack that ball. Then when the ball is hit back, you are there up at the net to quickly volley it into the open court. They do not have enough time to recover. Watch these 2 points. Watch how this is exactly what these players are doing. And I'm telling you, you start doing this, it is going to be a game changer for your single strategy. So a big thank you goes over to Matt Lynn for allowing me to use that footage. Incredible pro and college content, so definitely check him out. I put his link in the description below. So the 3 tips. Your returning serve. Hit most of your returns back up the middle, nice and deep, right to the opponent. You'll get a ton of returns back into play, especially when you're in trouble. And you can often pin the ball right on the opponent, and then they'll hit usually a weaker ball, and then you can come in and attack. So hit most of your returns right back up the middle in singles. Second, when you're rallying back and forth, don't feel like you got to skim really low over the net. You're just going to increase the likelihood that you hit the net or hit short and then they get to attack. So hit higher over the net. Find out the exact height for your game, for how hard you hit, for how much spin you put on the ball. Experiment, but find out exactly how high over the net you need to make that ball cross in order to hit the ball deep. I think you'll be surprised how high you can hit the ball over the net and the ball stays in. And last, when you're rallying back and forth and you hit a really strong shot to a corner and your opponent is scrambling, don't stay here and let him off the hook. You've got to move forward, split step as they hit that ball, and then when they hit it back, you're quickly there to volley it into the open court. You use these 3 simple strategies, and I promise you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reidy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.